mean, we're both competitors, and there's no ill will. And once we both get punched in the face, like, we're gonna be locked in.
Tank has one job to do, which is to let anybody know that's listening that it doesn't make any difference, that boxing is a real sport. My skills versus your skills, of which I am an abundance of and of which you have none of.
Jake Paul appears visibly shaken after learning that Floyd Mayweather has joined Gervonta Davis's training camp. Though he insists he's staying positive and focused on his health, his uneasy demeanor tells a different story. The thought of Mayweather refining Davis's timing, precision, and power introduces a whole new level of danger. Fans now believe Jake finally understands his
cardio, the conditioning. It's a sprint and a marathon at the same time, but I feel great. So I don't know, after 5 years of doing it, I'm healthier than ever, mentally doing amazing. So I'm just always thinking of the positive. And even in sparring, I've never been knocked down or knocked out or anything. So I've just yet to experience any.
Have you ever been knocked out?
No, never. I was meditating once. That's how my nose is crooked. People think my nose is crooked from boxing, but I was meditating once. It's the only time I've ever passed out and I got knocked out. But I like was sitting on this higher chair thing, meditating, breathing in, and I think I had like low blood sugar or something, or it was early in the morning, earlier than I normally woke up. And I just fell forward straight into the concrete, and it broke my nose, and I was like knocked out.
Reports confirm that Floyd Mayweather has officially joined Gervonta Tank Davis's camp, providing strategic insight and high-level mentorship as the fight draws near. His presence injects confidence, discipline, and world-class experience into Tank's preparation. Under Mayweather's guidance, Davis is honing his technique, sharpening his focus, Analysts immediately highlight the stark difference in natural size and reach between the two fighters. Gervonta Davis has built his dominance in lighter divisions, where his explosive power devastates opponents closer to his own weight. Jake Paul, on the other hand, competes as a cruiserweight, heavier, taller, and longer. Critics argue this size disparity poses serious safety and legitimacy concerns, with some even suggesting that no major sanctioning body would approve the matchup as a fair contest.
My question is, what's the rules, and like, are they going to actually try and knock each other out? Because it's going to be a glorified sparring match. I'm not watching, dude. I don't give a fuck.
Jake's going to have a hard time hitting him.
Yeah.
You know?
Big time. Gervonta's so fast and skilled.
Gervonta's going to eat his
I thought
guts.
Jake was going to fight Anthony Joshua. That seemed
that was actually getting...
That sounded more interesting.
Craziest idea I've ever heard. Jake Paul trying to fight Anthony Joshua is, crazy.
Not a sanctioned professional bout. This means the fight will not count towards either fighter's professional records.
So it's still being finalized.
Yeah, I don't like that.
What is so behind the scenes? You think there are things like, hey, we don't punch each other in the jaw.
Yep. Or don't go. We can punch in the face, but don't go for broke. Like, don't knock me out.
Really?
Yeah. It's an exhibition.
That's
so
not
they
very
can get away
interesting
with
to
it.
me.
No. Until I find the rule sets, but when I hear exhibition, I'm like, okay.
Jake is bodied up, man.
He's big.
Yeah.
Probably has 100 pounds on Gervonta.
Maybe. I'd say Gervonta probably walks at 150.
Oh, he's so small.
He's so small. I mean, he's really small. Bring up Gervonta Davis next to Floyd Mayweather, because I've seen Floyd in person, and he's tiny. You've seen Floyd in person.
I worked with Gervonta and Floyd.
Tiny.
Well, Floyd likely has shoes on there.
Oh, dude, he's so small.
He's tiny, guys.
Yeah. mean, he's so small.
Chael Sonnen has emerged as one of Gervonta Davis's most vocal supporters. To him, Davis represents not just a champion, but the integrity of boxing itself. Sonnen acknowledges Jake Paul's role in attracting new audiences, but he also sees that popularity as a double-edged sword, one that has blurred the line between entertainment and athletic excellence. In his view, Davis now carries the responsibility of restoring that balance. By defeating Jake, Sonnen believes Tank can remind the world what separates genuine fighters from social media sensations. For Sonnen, this fight isn't just about victory, it's about defending boxing's honor.
Tank has one job to do, which is to let anybody know that's listening that it doesn't make any difference, that boxing is a real sport. My skills versus your skills, of which I am an abundance of and of which you have none of. My life's commitment and dedication versus a second or third or fourth thought in the world of priority on your list. And I used to believe those things. Now, I go back far enough in MMA that I've had my eyes open a number of times. The fact that karate was so incredibly useless, or the fact that Jeet Kune Do was so incredibly useless, like these were not things that I would have bet on when I was in high school. As a wrestler at that time, I would not have assumed that I would fare well in a fight against somebody that knew Kung Fu. We had all been falsely led through Hollywood. Not through competition, not through sport, not through understanding of the game, but just through Hollywood. We were told that those guys were the most dangerous guys. So, we then eventually get up to Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather, which had a weight discrepancy, but it was very small. I mean, I watched them weigh in. I want to say it was like 8.
Weight divisions exist for a reason, to protect fighters and ensure balanced competition. Davis is accustomed to facing opponents of similar size and agility, but against Jake Paul, he'd encounter someone with a naturally larger frame, greater muscle mass, and heavier punching power. Even if Tank's skill and explosiveness remain unmatched, the physical mismatch creates serious questions about practicality and fairness. Many analysts believe that Davis's talent alone might not overcome the sheer size gap, while Jake benefits from being the naturally bigger man, even if his technique falls short of Tank's refined skill.
Fight was ever going to happen. And the fact that y'all believed it, I don't know, you're stupid. So Rick Thompson, chairman of the Georgia Athletic Commission, told USA Today Sports that Paul's promotion company withdrew its request for permits and a rule waiver, citing the 65-pound weight difference between the fighters. The Rick Thompson guy straight up said they've been promoting something they should not have been. Come on, guys, like, use your brains. Y'all boxing fans, you understand this. This fight was never going to happen. This is the article from USA Today. It says the status of the proposed fight between Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis under scrutiny because of the weight discrepancy between the two fighters. Rick Thompson is coming out and saying this stuff because he said he believes it's in the public's best interest to know that they've been promoting something they should not have been. Communications director for the Office of the Secretary of State told USA Today Sports the event will not be happening. But funny enough, tickets are still available. You could still purchase them online, and the fight is still listed.
Throughout his career, Gervonta Davis has emphasized his dedication to real boxing and its storied legacy. That's why some fans are puzzled by his decision to share the ring with a social media celebrity still learning the sport. They argue that Tank should be challenging top-ranked contenders instead of engaging in a spectacle. Some even fear that by participating, Davis inadvertently legitimizes influencer boxing, suggesting that fame can rival skill and ranking. While the fight would undoubtedly draw massive attention and revenue, these fans hope Davis would protect his...
The problem with boxing, Tank Davis is. Jake Paul's doing exactly what he's supposed to do. He's a Disney Channel kid, YouTube star turned boxer. Of course, he's gonna make these stupid spectacle matchups. He doesn't care about his career, his legacy, or the sport. Meanwhile, we have Tank Davis, the heir apparent to Floyd Mayweather and Adrian Broner, who has real talent. And if he was actually consistent in the ring and was willing to get in with some of the best fighters in the world, he could be top 3 pound for pound best fighters in the sport. But instead, Tank just wants to hold up his division for 5 years and make a mockery of the sport, especially with this fight. I know Tank Davis multiple times has said he only cares about the money and just wants to make $100 million and go retire off an island somewhere, but that's bad for the sport, especially coming from one of our sport's biggest superstars. Look at guys like Naoya Inoue, Alexander Usyk, Terrence Crawford. Those guys are real fighters, okay? They challenge themselves against the best fighters in the world. And money comes their way too from it. Don't get it twisted. What's crazy is Tank would make just as much money if he fought Shakur, Devin Haney, even Teofimo Lopez. The biggest tragedy of all is the fact that Lamont Roach isn't getting his rematch. He got robbed in that fight with a knockdown. He definitely would have won the split decision, and he would have got his Buster Douglas moment, but he didn't, and now he can't even get a rematch because Tank is going to do this, and now Lamont Roach has to fight Pitbull Cruz instead. I used to be such a big Tank Davis fan, but over the last year and a half that I've had this channel, the amount of BS that I've had to report on Tank Davis just like this completely turned me off as a fan of Tank Davis. Jake Paul can do his thing with the influencers, with the MMA fighters, but with boxers, stop.
7. Boxing has undergone a dramatic transformation in recent years. Today, even elite fighters struggle to command attention without a viral storyline or dramatic hook. Analysts attribute this shift to changes in audience behavior. Fans now crave instant excitement, highlight moments, and emotional narratives over traditional sporting value. Promoters, responding to market demand, increasingly prioritize entertainment over competition. Influencer boxing thrives in this environment, offering spectacle over substance. For purists, this trend signals a troubling decline. The sport's historical values of discipline, respect, and skill are being overshadowed by the pursuit of clicks and spectacle.
To where it's at, I'll expand on that. For one, you have good fights where I'm not talking about these type of fights, crossover type of fight, former Disney guy, influencer stuff, not. And Jake Paul has really promoted himself and acquitted himself to the point where he's kind of a boxer. Now, he hasn't fought the top names, I get it, blah, blah, blah. But he's doing his thing. He's training like a boxer. He's not like taking it lightly, like streaming and then working on his YouTube more than he's working on his boxing. It is what it is, right? But beyond that, let's keep it going. I told you I'm about to really get unpacked. Subscribe to the channel. The reality is, the reason why I'm saying I blame you, the fans, is because we've had some very good fights, like David Benavidez, Caleb Plant, whatever. I'm talking in the last 5-10 years, right? Very good fights, all boxing. So not talking influencer or any type of crossover fight, right? Good fights. And then you got boxing fans in a niche sport who didn't further the exposure by advertising or buying the fight, mostly buying the fight with piracy and whatnot. So now we're at a point in this society where these companies, they're like, all right, they see the piracy is a problem. Now they're looking for sure shot, must win type of scenarios. That's why we're getting these fights that some people, purists and diehards, are calling wonky fights. You know what I mean? It is your fault, because when there was real boxing on, a lot of